on. Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock them. There we got them.
I forgot that you do, in fact, get to see them titties right at the very beginning.
Dude, it cheers me up every day. Like, I get up at 3 o'clock, right, in the afternoon. It's only a few hours sleep because I work the night shift. And I'm sitting here every single time it gets me. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And then I see fucking Derek shaking them canned titties at the end of our intro. And it just makes me happy. I'm happy now.
I'm sorry. Back to the beginning.
Yeah, welcome to Bengals Brews. This is what you get.
Welcome to the Can Titty Guy Show.
A little bit of football, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of Greg dancing, a little bit of everything.
A lot of bit of chaos.
What's up, everybody?
What is up? How's everybody in the chat doing?
Hey, win them. Reds 1-0 on the road to 162-0 this year.
Hey, you can't win them all if you don't get that first one, right?
We're undefeated. Hey, we won them all so far, Derek. We're undefeated.
What
a game yesterday, man.
Wish I could say that because I was dealing with my cable yesterday, which finally got set.
That's called jacking off, dealing with his cable. Yeah. Whatever, Greg. I dealt with my cable the other day too, buddy. I didn't fucking brag about it on the show to everybody. All right.
No, I went over to my parents' house just right in the backyard to watch.
Whoa.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. You got me beat. You fucking pulled the trump card. I never went over to my mom's house to mess with my cable since I moved out. Messed with it a lot when I was there as a teenager. Since I moved out, I didn't go.
He went to the backyard.
Had to go retrofitting.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I told Greg. He's like, man, I was so mad. I had to go all the way to my parents' house to watch the Reds game. I said, it's in your fucking backyard, Greg.
Hey, that's a long walk to me, man.
Greg's step count was 50 yesterday because he had to walk all the way to his parents' house.
Then I had to re-whack my house and pick up sticks in my backyard too. So that counts as a couple of other extra steps.
Well, that's
and put my trash back in my garage. So hey, Chop, I can math out all the steps I had to take.
Greg, you gotta make sure you use your steps right. Like on the way to parents' house, pick up sticks, and on the way back, and then you did 2 jobs in once, and you get to see the Reds game.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides Greg jerking off a lot at his
parents' house, right?
any Bengals related news we've seen in the last couple of days? Not a lot, right?
Chop, where's the cricket?
There is
Orlando Brown interviewing people. CTB, just some different players out and about for opening day, having some fun.
We are a specialist show, so there's a big rule change. We haven't really got to talk about that's going on. Apparently, Darren Simmons was all for it.
We'll see how it goes, right? Whatever. They're wanting more kickoffs, I guess.
Yes.
Because if you kick it through the end zone, it automatically comes to the 30. If you kick it out of bounds, and it's not in the landing zone, it's the 40. If you kick it out of bounds and it's in the landing zone, or no, not if it goes in, it goes through the end zone, but it hits in the landing zone first, not through the air, then it's the 20.
It's very complicated.
It's a lot. It was not. I just thought it was funny. It said it was 9.5-page document. I had to table it for a day so everyone could read through it all.
Yeah.
Apparently,
and if you kick it and if it goes through the field goal post at the end on the kickoff, it's 4 points. If they kick it and it does a double doink, everybody in the stadium gets free nachos.
That's somewhere in that document, right, Chop?
If you slap someone in the nuts, you get a free Sky Natto at the game too.
What the hell's that got to do with the kickoff, Greg?
Yeah, slapping someone in the nuts have to.
Let's add this on.
He just likes to go around just randomly. If you see this man in the stadium, run because he's about to slap your nuts.
And then hope you buy him a Sky Natto.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Let's add on all this crazy shit to these rules. Why not? Keep it going. If you're going to be half stupid, be all stupid with this.
Yeah,
I'm actually for it. I don't know.
You're for me kicking and slapping you in the nuts. All right.
Derek wants slapping in the nuts.
Yeah.
They're no longer of use anyway.
Yeah, and then you got to hit.
I don't want to fucking hear it, man. Don't be fucking telling me about how they're not of use anymore.
No, I mean I can't have babies anymore.
You can still practice at least.
Oh,
they still serve a function because without them suckers, man, you ain't getting in position.
He was really rubbing that in. He said, "I got a lot of practice lately, Chop.
Yeah,
all the time, Chop. And you're not
little flex.
We're not friends anymore, Derek. You son of a bitch.
So hip drop tackle, and
Yeah.
they still was posting the Logan Wilson thing, which they said would not even be a penalty according to their rules. But the problem with the rules is, and it's the biggest problem I have with it, that I said on Twitter, it's another judgment call for the refs to whenever they want, and there's no way to police that. There's no way to review it. Roger Goodell's going to say it's the best officiating we've ever had in the NFL because he's making millions and billions of dollars to say these things. So, it scares me that they can make these calls, judgment calls, at any time during the game because they seem to go against us now. Maybe if we started getting some of these calls because they wanted us to go play in New Orleans and have that story, maybe I wouldn't mind it so much. But we all know it's not going to happen. So, what are you guys' thoughts on the hip drop tackle? And
let me say this is that I think that removing that hip drop tackle and making it a penalty. Wait till they see, you wanted it, you're going to get it, because what are guys going to do now instead of that hip drop, instead of pulling people down? They're going to blow them the fuck up. They're going to hit them hard as shit. I think that actually taking the hip drop rule out has a chance to make the game more physical, because instead of just pulling the guys down, they're just going to have to fucking run right through them like a train.
Yeah.
Right?
Train.
And you got to hit them
the train
above the waist,
they're gonna run the train,
but not above the shoulders. You got like this much room on an NFL player that you can actually tackle these.
The new jerseys are actually going to have a patch about the size of a dime, and that's going to be your
target.
It's going to have a sensor in it, and if they don't sense the hit on that spot, then it's going to be a 15-yard personal foul.
And also, you have to carry a blanket and a pillow with you. Put the pillow right down where you're going to put them, and put a little blanket on, and make sure they're nice and comfy when they get tackled too.
Greg, you got to sing them "Beth" by Kiss.
Greg from Madeira hates player safety.
We've got Greg from Madeira.
I'm not from Madeira. That's not true.
Yeah, he doesn't live anywhere near Madeira.
No, I've never heard such a thing.
Greg from Madeira that's you.
Power bomb tackle. That's it.
Dang it, Dale. Shush.
The secret's out. You told us all when we had that one guy on Chuck.
Oh, yeah. God damn it.
This is true, though.
Chuckity chickity.
Yeah.
Yep.
The chickster.
I don't think this is ever going to happen, but, I mean, Robert ain't wrong. Just employ the refs year-round.
See, that's one thing I think would make this a whole lot better is if they did implement something like that, because you kind of feel bad for these guys. During the offseason, they got to figure out what the hell they're going to do, and that's ultimately, I think, is making the game worse because they're not dedicating 100% of their time to it.
They're making money on gambling.
Yeah, sure are. Derek, speaking of dedication, if there's one thing I'm dedicated to, it's our sponsors, 50 West Beer and Midwest Best Barbecue, proud sponsors of the show. That is always a good dedication to each of these sponsors.
It's true. It is a fact. Like if you look it up in the Book of Facts, you'll find that one. It's in chapter 1.
Yes, it is.
It's got 250.
Oh, here we go.
Chop is super happy. Look at him.
Just for we got a.
Hold on.
We got a Greg, you got some sloppy titties, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So offensive tackles.
Yes,
tackles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I knew exactly where Dale was going to go with that one.
So we won't go through every single offensive tackle in this draft, but we'll start right at the top. I'll at least try to get through the top 10 here. So my number one offensive tackle, he's actually my number one player overall. If you bought the draft guide, you would see that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in him being a all-pro, multiple all-pro caliber player, and that's Joe Alt. And, I mean, his last name is part of my last name. So maybe it has a little to do with it.
That might be his middle name. Maybe his last name's Man. Didn't it be Joe
Maybe
Altman?
Joe Dale Alt, and he's a man.
Yeah. Joe Dale Altman.
Yeah, makes sense.
Might probably shortened it up.
But 6'8", 321, tons of experience. He's had 33 starts at Notre Dame while still only just now turned 21 in February. So he's still a young guy with 33 starts, at a program like Notre Dame who doesn't – they're not in a conference, but they play top-tier teams all season long. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's my younger brother. It's my son, actually. I'm old enough he could be my son.
Yeah, right. That's
Might
your
be
boy.
my son.
That's your boy. That you're going to be able to retire. He's going to retire you here in a minute.
Yeah, so that would be nice.
Yes. Ask him to retire me too.
No, he has way better genetics. His dad also is a longtime NFL player. So
yeah.
But yeah, I just think he's got Hall of Fame potential. He's got everything you want in a tackle: quick feet, the length, the athleticism, the overall size. I think he's long gone by 18. Now, some of these mock draft simulators, I think he had one chop the other day. Yeah, he's on the board.
Got him last night for us.
If he's on the board, it's a no-brainer. He's not going to be on the board.
It makes me cry a little bit.
Top 10. I mean,
Yeah,
he should go top 5, but
as good as I
could push him out of the top 5.
Yeah, as good as I know Joe Alt is, it makes me cry a little bit when he is on that mock simulator because I know he's not going to be there, but then how can you pass him up anyway? And you see Johnny Newton sitting right there, and you're like, I know Joe Alt's not going to be there, but no fucking way I can pass him up even though it's on the simulator.
Yeah, and Robert, and I know you asked Dale, but in my opinion, I'm not trading all that value for a right tackle.
Yeah, your backup quarterback in 18 all the way up. I mean, I love the player, but I don't think I could do that. And I just don't think the Bengals would. No. It's hard to entertain a lot of trade-up ideas when it comes to the Bengals because they don't do it. When they've done it, it's burn them, John and Carter being a very prime example.
I also think that if you had any plans of trying to move up to get Joe Alt, you are not bringing in Trent Brown.
Nope.
There's no reason for it because Joe Alt would be your day one starter.
Yeah, he's starting at one of your tackle spots 100%.
Yeah, right.
Orlando's not moving, being here under contract for 3 more years.
Yep.
And Trent Brown being told not to start, I don't know how that would work out.
Yeah.
It could happen.
I mean, they don't have a lot of money in him.
Well,
yeah, I mean, if Joe Alt slides to 18,
yeah.
Sorry, Trent Brown, you're super back there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Compete at left guard. I mean, he's huge, man.
He signed. He basically signed the money he signed for was a backup range signing for the Bengals.
It's like the cheapest tackle free agent in this free agency, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Might be a record for the least money spent on a starting right tackle in the NFL.
Yeah. Moving on to the next tackle.
Oh yeah.
Olu Fashanu. I still have him at number 2 from Penn State. I know some people putting other guys up there. I just think he's good, great athlete. Even the game is like, well, the Ohio State game, it's like, I went back and watched that game a couple times now. He held up fine. There's a player too. There's always going to be a player too, You're going against other good players. Offensive lineman is never going to be perfect. So, but great size, agility. I mean, people were saying if he would have came out last year, he would have probably been the number 1 offensive tackle last year.
Yeah.
So, I think he's still another guy, goes in the top 15, but, if someone does want Fuaga and Latham or, a couple of those guys go, 4 quarterbacks come off the board, 3 or 4 receivers come off the board, maybe it pushes Fashanu down. Maybe someone likes Mims' just overall size and Fashanu slides down. I'm not ruling him out. Now, I do think he is definitely more of a left tackle, kind of like Joe Alt, but talent's talent. You get him on the field, you're going to throw the ball a lot. This guy's really good as a pass blocker. So, like his PFF pass block grade, 88.4. Joe Alt's like 91. Yeah. You get those guys on the field wherever you need to get them on the field if they end up on your team. So, I think that's universal. And he's also just 21 years old, won't turn 22 until December. So, he ended up tweaking something at the combine, but his RAS score, there was still enough to give him a score at that point. It was 9.58. So you're talking elite athleticism. Joe Alt was almost a fucking 10. He was like 9.97. So I just think those two are, top tier. They're there. You wouldn't pass on them at 18. Probably not there.
Yeah. Yep.
So that takes us into a player that maybe will be there, maybe not. The Jets adding a couple linemen in the offseason, I think, helps because that just seemed like the perfect spot for him was to go to the Jets, and that's Talais Fuaga from Oregon State. So 6'5", 324. Some people think he could be a better guard, and maybe he would be because he's a big, nasty, mauler-type guy. But RAS scored 9.61. He's a good athlete, and I think he holds up well as a pass blocker. He didn't have a ton of snaps against Latu, but UCLA has had multiple pass rushers that'll be drafted. Yeah, and he was pretty good against UCLA. Some other games I watched, I liked him. Against Oregon, I thought he held up well against Brandon Dorless, who will get drafted probably on day 2 in this draft as well. I'm a big Fuaga fan. You guys have any thoughts on him? I mean, he can overextend, get over aggressive. Difficulty with some speed rushers. That's a lot of tackles.
Right. I would definitely not complain. Like I know you've been hyping on him for quite some time. If he was the pick, I mean, I'd still prefer D-line, but I would certainly not complain if we got him at 18. You never complained about protecting number 9, ever.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, Dale, I'm pretty sure you said he's got guard versatility, right? To where
he hasn't played that. He's been right tackle the last 2 years as a starter for Oregon State, but some people think he could project in just because he's such a fucking mauler, you know.
Right. So I mean, it rolls back into the thought of get your 5 best guys out there. You know, if he just happens to play well at left guard, throw him in, and
there you go.
You know,
next year you move him to right tackle where he's already played.
Yep.
This guy's probably about the last tackle that I wouldn't be upset if they took him over Newton or Murphy.
I agree with you, Chuck.
Yeah, because I've got them both like similar grade.
Yeah,
I put Newton at 10 and him at 11, but I mean honestly, that's kind of went back and forth a bit here and there.
Yeah,
I like both of them a lot.
Any other tackle in the draft, I just think that we could wait till the next round and get the best one in round 2 or even 3 and develop them behind Trent Brown after he plays his 5 games.
Yeah.
It's 5 games.
No, I'm just kidding. Hey, look, I'm actually being optimistic. I want the guy to play the whole season. I want him to have the season that he plays the whole season. He's coming to a team that last year every one of our linemen started every game. So
and that has not been the case. So it's like
yeah.
You just jinxed the hell out of us.
He just has to go down there to Paycor and drink that fucking water out of the fountain, man. It's got healing properties. It kept our offensive line healthy all last year.
Yeah, he did play, what was it, 15 games last year or something, 14 or 15.
Yeah, so, I think he played.
2022, he played every game. Last year, I can't remember how many it was. It wasn't that many.
Okay, maybe
it might have been closer to 10. But 2022, he played every game. There's only 2 years in his career he's played every game of the season. So,
yeah,
that's a little concerning. But we hope he stays healthy. And
yeah, can you imagine like being down at the Holy Grail or something, chilling, drinking a beer, and then Orlando Brown and Trent Brown both walk in?
Yeah,
you're like, and you like if you don't even know who they are, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, is the WWE in town?
Yeah.
I mean, just massive human beings, 6'8", both over 300 pounds. But Orlando's just under 350. Trent Brown 360. It's crazy.
Yeah, Chop. When you and I were waiting for Orlando Brown, we met him that one time. It's like, yeah, that's Orlando, all right.
6'8" in person, stand right next to it. It's even bigger than 6'8" on TV or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now RAS score or not RAS score, PFF grade wise, he was an 80. This is Fuaga as a pass blocker, which is still solid.
Yeah.
Very solid. But run block grade 90.9. So you're talking an elite run blocker.
Damn.
Yeah.
We don't run a ton. So I always would rather have a pass blocker a little bit more with the offense and Joe Burrow. But at the same point in time, the dude's talented. He's good. Yeah. He's worth pick 18 if he's there.
Yeah.
Next guy on my list is J.C. Latham. Now, a lot of people, he hasn't tested, so that's a big he's 6'5", 342. He wears that weight very well. I was watching the Dave Lapham earlier today just to kind of see the Frank Pollock and the reactions. So the two he really smiled for of the offensive tackles especially were Mims and Latham.
I think.
Just talking about their size and Frank Pollock has a type. And I think Latham and Mims definitely fit what he likes as a type. So I know he hasn't tested, but the dude is huge. I thought his athleticism was fine on tape. I watched more of him again today just to go back and watch him again because I know it's a kind of a thing where people are like, I'm out on him. I'm not out on him because I think he's good. I think he's really good. Grade-wise, pass block grade 81.7, run block 79.6. So, both around 80. Pretty solid either way, but long, physical. I do see him a lot of times he'll just miss, like the strike timing, or he gets out in front and lunges at the guy and misses, and that happens a couple times a game, and you're like, oh, that's not pretty. So he's got to clean that up. But if he gets hands on guys, it's usually over, and you see him just taking dudes and putting them on their ass over and over and over. Throughout the game where he's just overpowering guys in the run game and as a pass blocker. So I'm still really high on Latham just because I like his tape. I know the Alabama offensive tackles, that's a thing where it's like, well, they have an all-pan. I get it. I understand. you mark that as like a back of your head thing. But you could do worse at pick 18, I think, than J.C. Latham.
See, Jeff is.
But I would still want Johnny Newton if we're going to go to that.
Yeah,
you're right.
But,
yes.
But go ahead.
I want Johnny Newton so fucking bad. I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
Latham, you think he's got a chance of kicking inside to the interior while he's playing behind Brown, or you think he starts over Brown?
I would.
I think you have a competition, but at the same point in time, if any of these guys needed to kick in for a year, they would compete against Bolson most likely. Yeah. After signing Trent Brown,
right?
Yeah.
Well,
I think a guy
if
like
it's Joe Alt or something, if you get him or Fashanu. But other than that, I probably put about anybody at guard this season to start with, as long as Trent Brown is healthy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. How long is he going to be healthy? So
exactly.
They could very well end up playing right tackle anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Dale, funny thing is with Oregon, I know we had Jake Fisher. I think Oregon had a bad history with linemen, and I'm like, oh man, and I kind of thought the same thing with Panay Sewell. So, just it doesn't matter the call. But another thing that I read in Dale's draft guide, he shedded 20 pounds for the combine, and that tells you right there he's willing to put in the work, and that's a big thing for me right there. He cares about football. That shows you he's willing to do whatever it takes.
Which is why I thought he would test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, your testing should have been better. So you do always factor that in. Like, I don't want to be the guy who's like, testing don't matter.
Yeah.
Because it does.
Right.
It does. More pieces to the puzzle that you can have, it gives you a complete picture of the player and their ceiling and things like that. So
testing is why Byron Murphy is rated higher than Johnny Newton right now on a lot of people's draft boards, just because Johnny Newton didn't test.
Yeah,
Byron Murphy was
the hype train, man. The hype train when it comes to media, because when you see, Kuiper had this guy. It just naturally gets in people's heads.
Yeah,
and I mean I'm not knocking people. It's a natural thing that happens. And when the consensus, but I have never came off of Johnny Newton as my D tackle one.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Crypt Keeper's in here asking, you guys think Mr. Brown is going to ask Paul Alexander to come by for his thoughts on an offensive line?
You gotta do that?
My thing is, I'm pretty sure that Paul Alexander's key. I think they changed the locks.
Yeah.
I don't personally see, because he has not had a good track record this far.
Yeah, and kind of since Zach's been in here, we haven't heard about them asking for his advice anymore, right? Like Marvin days, it seemed like that was still going on. Now we still do have the same GM technically with Duke.
No, wasn't Paul Alexander responsible? He was responsible for Jackson Carmer, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, no, I remember he wrote a book about offensive line, and he says he grades them by how they pump ketchup out of a old glass ketchup bottle. I'm like, you don't even see glass ketchup bottles at restaurants anymore, but. He's got his way of grading players, but
at the Waffle House.
There you go.
They are. You don't see glass ketchup bottles. I think Steak and Shake has them too.
Yeah, it's like how the hell you can pump ketchup. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Just think how good players like Willie Anderson and Witt really actually are, and why they should be in the Hall of Fame. That they endured having that man as their O-line coach. Fantastic.
Yeah. First ballot for sure.
No offense. If you want to come on the show, we'll probably show on
come on, Anthony Munoz and Willie Anderson. Come on here.
I'm going to ask you to get a glass ketchup bottle.
I want to see you come back.
I want to see you on this stream doing this, Paul Alexander.
I could have sworn that's where I read people wrote this. But you know what, though? Like you said, Dale, Whitworth, he had some great offensive lines here. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like near the end, it was just, you look when he went to Dallas, he didn't even last for a full season, did he? When he was with Dallas, I think they got rid of him.
If it was one, it was one. But like you said, I think it wasn't even a full season.
No, I think they let it be. Yeah. So, who knows?
Yeah. What's up? Next guy on the list is Mims. Now, a lot of people love him. I'm just as worried about him as I am Latham not testing. 800 snaps total, 8 career starts. He looks good when he's out there, but it's not like he's a world beater. His pass block grade, 81.2, run block grade, 68.4. So just if you look at PFF, that's worse than Latham overall.
You're saying Mims here, right?
Yeah, this is for Mims. 6'7", 340. It's enticing, the length, the athleticism, everything he has, but hamstring at the combine. And it's like, well, that's a hamstring. I don't worry about that. Okay. Well, he still had the issue with the ankle and had to have surgery this past season. Then he comes back for 2 games. He still cut off the surgery. He wasn't fully healthy. He played 2 full games in the first quarter of the SEC championship. How can that be necessarily the same injury? I mean, it can be. Like, there could have still been some lingering things, and he was trying to rush back for his team, and you get that. But at the same point in time, it's a concern. Then he injures the ankle again. We don't know. Maybe it was lingering effects from the surgery and the same injury. Maybe it wasn't. We don't know.
Hey, so this morning I was watching our buddy Malik, right? That State of the Jungle. It was the War Room or whatever.
Were you saying you were watching Malik right, or were you watching Malik right?
Both.
Right.
At the same time. But anyway, Evan was talking about the same thing. And he went on about it for so long, just every different player that has sustained the same injury and then 6 months later, hamstring, because or within 6 months, they injured their hamstring because they said some sports doctor or something says like anytime within 6 months that ankle is prone and it's at bigger risk for injury for 6 months. That like the healing process, like they're back 100%, but the healing process takes 6 months. And he had this like long ass list of like people that in the NFL that had happened to exactly the same. Like shit, now I can't even remember any of them that are on it.
Well, we believe you.
Cooper Kupp was one of them. And then other people, a bunch of them.
Well, Brock Bowers also had the tightrope surgery.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Makes you wonder. He hasn't tested, maybe he's trying to heal up for the season.
Injuring the hamstring after the tightrope surgery. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So it could be. That being said, I don't want Mims.
I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad if we take him, but it's boomer bust with him. He could be an all-pro. He's got the traits, the size, the natural ability. You just need to see him on the football field more. But if you're one of the people who say your best ability is availability, then you're going to probably not love this guy because you just haven't seen him enough.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of mocks got him going to Pittsburgh, so they might make me eat my fucking words when I'm like,
I still think they take Jackson Powers Johnson, but they could take him. And pair
they
him
say
with
Jackson Powers Johnson. They say not too many people are high on Jackson Powers Johnson right now. I know we're not talking guards right now, but that's why I read somewhere. But no, Mims, I would. You know what? He fits what the Bengals are looking for. I'd be excited, but it's a bit of a risk take. But I'd still be excited.
The Bengals just don't have a good track record on bang or bust with offensive linemen.
Yeah, which takes us right into the next guy also, Tyler Guyton. I know we like him, but he's a 1-year starter, 6'7", 322. He's going to be raw. His pass block grade 72.9 and 60.5 against the run. So even the grades kind of show kind of what you see on tape.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have some great play, and you're like, wow, the way he moves out in space and blocks people and shows that athleticism as a former tight end. But then you're also like, okay, his footwork here, or he's beat by an inside move here. Or I don't think he's a year one guy, and I damn sure wouldn't be moving him into like a guard. If I'm out on anybody at 18 of this first round offensive tackles, it's probably him. Just because I want a more he took his headphones off. I want a more pro-ready guy, and I think everyone that I've talked about to this point is more pro-ready than him.
Right.
No. Yeah.
But he's going to have that high ceiling.
Understand. Yeah. And it's the high ceiling that did it for me, man. That was the whole thing with him.
Get it.
Looking at the explosiveness, looking at the you watch the highlight reel, you're like, dude, this guy is a monster. But you're right. You start diving into the tape more and looking at, his Senior Bowl and all that, and it's just
the Senior Bowl was good. He had some good and bad days, but he was even Frank said, because I watched all those little clips of that, and like he said about him, like he needs work, but he was more impressed with what he had seen so far from his Senior Bowl reps than he was from his tape.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, so Dale, if you had to guess, you said it was Latham and Mims. If you had to guess, just kind of like hearing or reading Frank Pollock, who do you think he would take if it was?
Oh man, if I had to guess, I would just go Mims because he's the guy who helped, wanted Becton, and we got Trent Brown and Orlando Brown. So when it comes to tackles, I say he's going to go after the bigger dude. And
Yeah.
there's not a bigger, more like, holy shit, dude, in this draft class than Mims.
And when you're talking guys that can make an immediate impact, and that's what you want out of your first round guy this year. You want somebody that can make it, and he would to an extent. Like I could see him being, the 6 tackle, the guy right off the bench,
swing tackle,
swing tackle, the guy coming in on the heavy personnel, catching touchdown patches, because you said, like you said, Dale, the guy does have experience as a tight end. I could see him in those special plays like that too. But
that's all you want. That's why you want him. I want big man touchdown.
I want a big man tutty. That's exactly what I want right there. But yeah.
Now, if we traded down, see, and I feel this way about Mims as well. Mims and Guyton. If we could trade down, Dallas is at 24.
Right.
If we could trade down to 24 and add like
a 4th rounder.
No, I was going to say like their second, their third,
okay.
At least their third. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're 97 for their second, so your comp pick for their second and 24th for your 18 and 97.
6 swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're moving back 6, but you're moving way up in the second to have 2 seconds. And then I'd be interested a little more, and then it's like, okay, I wouldn't feel as much pressure of like, hey, we're picking at 24. Guyton's going to be a swing tackle. There's an injury. We're going to hope he's up to speed at that point and can play for Trent Brown. Some people think he could play some left tackle. He didn't do very well when they tried to practice him there at the Senior Bowl. So, I mean, but in general, if it's Orlando Brown that gets hurt, then Trent Brown has played left tackle.
Right.
So, I think Guyton would make sense, but I would rather get him if I move back 6 spots.
I feel like he's there at 49 if we really wanted him. I think there's no reason to move back if that's your pick. Just roll the dice and see if the board falls to you at 49.
Dale, how many? Let's just say the top 10 in the second round going up. So let's just say the top 40 picks. How many tackles do you have graded in those top 40?
Well, these 6. So the 6 that we've talked about so far with all Fashanu, Buaga, Latham, Mims, and now Guyton. I think they're all first-round picks. I think Guyton's more later first round. Maybe he goes the top of at the second. But I think all 6 of those guys are first round. And then after that, man, there's maybe 4 guys, and that's because I moved Roger Rosengarten into that group that I would have there. Now, one guy that I haven't talked about because I haven't listed as a guard is the kid from Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Troy Fatano.
Yeah.
So I like him. I like him a lot. I actually have him. I have him over Guyton and Mims. I have him. I might have him over Latham. So honestly, like, he's not going to be on talking about this, but I do want to talk about him. I was going to kind of save that. But he's another guy. He's a first-round guy to me. And he's the guy that should be in the mix at pick 18 because I think why I have him as guard, I think he could be an all-pro guard. Yeah. So, and I bring him in and put him at left guard from day one and feel good about this line we have. And that's not even a knock on Volson as much as it is, holy shit, I feel really good about this line if I toss that guy in there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it'll be interesting to see when we do our 32-team mock draft first round. If I would be interested in doing like up to the Bengals second round pick just to kind of see who we think will be there.
But to answer your question, so like Kingsley Sumatea, Jordan Morgan, Patrick Paul, and Roger Rosengarten are the guys I have as second round offensive tackles.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can talk about some of those as well. But that's that next tier after these first 6 guys that I think could all go in the first round. And even tossing in a 7th in Fatanu because I think his arm length was like 34 inches. I think he's going to get every chance to play tackle if a team needs a tackle. But if he goes to like our team or there's other teams that have their tackles in place, you're going to put him at guard and you're going to feel great about it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cordell Volson, what's the chance that they let him just try out right tackle?
Cordell.
I mean, he played some right tackle in college, didn't he? Or left tackle one of them?
Last year.
And what's
Yeah.
they had him taking snaps at center. So is that a terrible thing to have a guy that you feel confident that can fill in
Play
somewhere
all 5
better than Cody Ford?
ish.
Yeah.
That was Cody Ford last year. Do you feel better about the first guy off the bench being Volson potentially? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, his wife does have elite TikToks.
Cordell Volson's wife?
No, Cody Ford. I can't even remember the
I'll have to
girl's
check
name
him
right
out.
now.
Cordell Volson don't even have the internet.
No.
PT or something like that.
Right.
Cordell Volson wouldn't surprise me if he lived in fucking Derek's gated community with the bush light. You know, when you
he's
go,
the guy that you hear right now on the lawnmower. That's what he is.
That's
Yeah.
When we were at the Holy Grail, Cordell Volson was cracking open cans of Bush Light. I'm telling you, man, this dude is NASCAR and fucking shotguns, probably.
Yes,
oh man, I gotta tell you. So I haven't watched NASCAR since the Dale Jr. days, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
same,
talking,
man.
I'm talking like the heyday of Jeff Gordon, you know, all
Jimmy
them guys.
Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson, all them guys.
Yeah.
Hated that.
So
Richard
this
Petty.
year, I got in a pool with the guys at work, and it's like it was like $220.
So you work with a lot of crackers.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You guys all went swimming?
Yeah, exactly. We all went swimming in the semen pool. And I'm telling you though,
damn, you
I
knocked
started
out
watching
Dale's
it
camera
again this year, and it is like, I'm like, okay, I really appreciate you guys because I didn't think I was complete white trash, but I have evolved. I'm in love with NASCAR again.
All right, just need everybody in the chat to vote yes or no. Fucking Derek is complete white trash. Please let us know in the chat. We count on you guys.
If the vote is yes, I'll take a shot.
By the
You
way,
better get that fucking shot poured.
NFL trade. Reddick, Eagles send Reddick to the Jets for a conditional 3rd round pick.
Be right back.
All right.
Yeah, I saw Mostert got a new deal too. It's like max value of $9.75 million or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you this: would you guys have traded? I would have considered trading a 3rd round pick for Reddick. I mean, 5th in the last couple of years, he's like 5th in the league in sacks. Would you have considered something like that?
Yeah, why not? I mean, who knows?
I mean, he's getting up there, but
yeah,
I bet he's sad to leave the Eagles, man. They didn't have a bad offseason. And I'm telling you, man, I know we're talking about our offensive tackles, but if the Eagles just replace Jason Kelsey with Powers Johnson, I think they do really good this year.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure we were pretty much done with the first round draft pick.
and we went over the 2nd round.
Yeah, and we
I
started
personally
talking a little bit into those. What are your guys', and I think that's where you're going to, Chop. What are your guys' personal thoughts on, like, are you okay if the Bengals go ahead and omit offensive tackle in the first round?
Perfectly.
Hell
fine.
yes.
Perfectly fine. You never turn down protecting number 9. I mean, do I want to? I think, Chop, you and I can agree. Do we want a DT? Sure, but you never question. Even if Chop, I don't know about you, but even if it's Mims or someone we have lower than Newton or whatever, in the end of the day, I'm not going to complain. You never complain about protecting number 9.
Yeah, what's going to happen to me is if we don't get Johnny Newton or Byron Murphy, as I'll go, oh, all right, because I know, damn, we didn't get that flashy fucking rusher, in the middle of the defense. Man, that would have been nice to see. But then it's like, all right, and then you get behind it because you're like you said, Derek, the object is to protect number 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want the right tackle at pick 18 now that we got Trent Brown. Even though I know he's got a history of injury and stuff like that, I feel like he's going to do enough games where we can get a guy through training camp. We can get a guy out on the field in preseason. He can play maybe a couple snaps during the regular season and build him up and then have your right tackle for the future. There are guys in this that can be coached up in the NFL to be your starting right tackle. You don't need it. We got Trent Brown.
Now, Derek, you heard what me and Chop said, like after Fuaga, that's where we have Newton higher than maybe Mins or Latham. Where do you have Newton? Like what, offensive lineman do you have under Newton?
Under Newton?
Like, where does it go? Like, is it Fuaga? Like, would you have Fuaga higher than Newton, or or Mims or Latham?
Hey, just so you know, though, Derek,
I've actually got this is just my personal opinion, and like I said, it's because of the upside.
But you're not white trash, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Tyler from West Virginia says you're not. So,
and Robert said no, but shots for arrow.
Yeah, but still do a shot, fucker.
I love it. But hey, that just saves me from having to explain why I'm
right
4:30 in the
because baby, I made a bet. I told him in the chat I was white trash or not.
Yeah, I am a degenerate. So
when they saw your wife on your lap drinking a Keystone right now, I think they'd fucking change their vote. But go ahead with Greg's question. Sorry to interrupt.
So I personally, and this is just my personal opinion, and like I said, Dale knows a lot more about these prospects than I do. I personally love the upside of Tyler Guyton, and I have him above Mims. But I still would take Newton above a lot of these tackles. I mean, I've probably got
which one? Where's your?
I probably got the first two, and Joe Alt and Fulaga above him.
Yeah.
Or first three, yeah.
Yeah, the first three, and then after that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, if Joe Alt was there at 18.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying, if Joe Alt was there at 18 and Newton, I would still be like, all right. I'd still have that same reaction because I want that fucking guy, man. I want that defensive tackle. I love defense. I love our offense, and who the fuck doesn't love Joey B? But I love defense. I want to see our defense just go out there and fucking dominate, man.
Yeah.
And we got a chance right now for a generational fucking tackle. We've been looking for Geno Atkins since Geno Atkins left.
Yes.
I'm not going to put that on these guys already and say they're fucking Geno Atkins, but these
you guys already posted this one up.
What's that?
Did you already post this one up?
No, we haven't. Because
that's kind of similar with what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But these two guys, these two tackles, man, got a shot at being Geno, or even better they could be.
Yeah. And
so it would just hurt to not take them. But then if you got the right tackle, you're like, okay, I understand it.
Yeah. And, if I was a betting person, if I was a betting guy, I personally don't subscribe to that theory. I don't, betting is bad.
Right.
But I would say, just based on recent history, it seems like they're leaning more towards offense this year, and I would love to have Newton, or Murphy, and I'm personally, I think they're kind of a toss up in my opinion, but I just feel like I feel like the guys are leaning more towards right tackle.
Well, plus like Crip says, we always got to wonder if Jackson Carman's going to beat him out.
Yeah.
If we draft the right tackle at 18, Jackson Carman might come in there and ball out.
I mean, he's 0 for lifetime on beating anyone out for a starting position.
Yeah, I don't even think he can beat himself off.
According to Facebook, he's done with the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I read. He said he's done. Don't worry, Jackson Carman. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, he might go.
I was hoping they would have traded him last year, during the draft. Like, trade him for a 6th-round pick,
I'll give the fucking Steelers Jackson Carman and our 2 third-round picks just to take his ass.
Oh, man.
I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't really do that, but I would like Jackson Carman to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, or the Baltimore Ravens, please.
But Dale, are we going to dive into the second round guys at all, or are you? I'll
mention them quickly, and then we can do a mock draft. So
I got one pulled up ready to go.
He's a guy I'd love to fall. It didn't sound like Pollock talked about him too much. I don't know if he'd watched him too much yet, but he kind of talked about he could move into guard. But he's played both left and right tackle. He played right tackle in 22. He played left tackle last year for BYU. 6'4", 326. So good size. He doesn't turn 22 until January. So he's also 21. 9.38 RAS. PFF pass block grade 86.1. Now his run block grade 52.9. So that's, he's not a very good run blocker according to PFF.
Yeah.
But do we need that as much? Probably not. And I wouldn't be opposed. He seems like a guy, especially if he slides to 49, I'd be all for it at that point. I would let him compete at left guard, and then he can compete next year for right tackle because I think he's still got a lot of good football ahead of him. He's just a little more raw. So I like the player. Jordan Morgan, I think he's more left tackle. He's 6'5", 311, so not real big. I think he could be a candidate to slide to guard wherever he's drafted. But he's played a lot of left tackle at Arizona. 37 starts, 9.10 RAS. Great pass blocker, so 87.3, run block 77. So solid all around. I like him a lot. I think he goes early. He goes early second round if he's still on the board. And then Patrick Paul, we always hear that name. He's there in a lot of mock drafts. 6'7", 331.
Team captain.
Yeah, and he's only given up 4 sacks in 5 years, so that's a positive.
Yep.
He's long. He's athletic. 9.75 RAS, 35 starts. There's a lot to like with him. The pass block grade at 91.5. He's a pass blocker, and he's good at it. Some team is going to want that. So he's out of Houston.
Yeah.
This is one of the guys I can see them picking up if we get one in the second round. Maybe even the third.
Yes, I think if he's there at 49 and you pass on O tackle, I think he's in the conversation. Now, there's a lot of people like Draft Guy Jared and others who are not super high on this guy.
Yeah.
He's not a good blocker out in space. For a guy who's played 5 years, his footwork, is not great. And that's scary because you should be a pretty finished product if you've started 5 years of college football.
Yep.
So I like him. I don't love him. But if he's there at 49, I definitely can see why he'd be in the conversation and why Frank Pollock would like him. 6'7", 331. He's going to like that, right?
Yeah, he likes them big guys now.
And then on the opposite end of that is Rosengarten from Washington, my last second rounder.
You like him, right?
I like him a lot. I think he would make a lot of sense at 49. 6'5", 308. So he's a little smaller, especially weight-wise when it comes to tackle. He's got quick feet, agility, 28 starts. He's a good blocker on the move. He has good awareness on stunts. Doesn't turn 22 until June. RAS was 9.61. A lot to like with him. Now, he does need to get a little stronger. Obviously, when you're lighter like that, playing offensive tackle in the NFL, you just need to improve your overall functional strength.
Yeah.
And he's not a good run blocker, 59.6. His pass block grade, 80.8. So I like them. They played a lot of good competition.
Hey, Dale, can I talk about one offensive line before we go to the mock draft, if that's okay?
Blake Fisher?
No, this is one of my top 5 in my Yoshi category. Late round, he could probably be a bit of a late round pick. Garrett Greenfield, big guy, 6'6", RAS score 8.60, powerful on the run game, team captain, very versatile. That seems like something. I think he could put on a little bit more weight. I know he's 311. I think he could put on some more weight, but very intriguing player, right?
Yeah. I liked him. I didn't love him. I think he may end up being a guard in the NFL.
Okay.
There was just putting him out on an island, which the Bengals typically do with their tackles. I don't know that I would trust him out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Greg wants him to play wide receiver.
We're talking probably a fifth round guy. So
okay, hey,
it's kind of a lottery ticket at that point.
Well, who knows? The way the board falls, it might be 5th round. I don't know. I don't see him waiting until 5th round to take a tackle, though.
No, I'm just saying if they that's when they would double down on tackle or whatever.
I would love to have like Johnny Newton and Trevonde Sweat in the first 2 rounds, and then whatever tackle falls to us in the 3rd round, go ahead. Because I'll turn off the fucking TV after that draft. Just those 2 picks, man, and I'm going to sleep, and I won't be able to turn over because my fucking heart on.
Well, let me ask you guys this: on when they did Malik and them did their mock draft, their first when they got to the 3rd pick, they traded like two picks to trade up to get Sweat. Would you do that? Yeah, that's a lot. That you'd have to get rid of your 3rd round, and I forget what they got rid of to trade up, but it was quite a bit. But you may have to do that though.
That would actually be Derek brought the mock draft up, Crib.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Give Arrow credit.
So are we going 7 rounds, or are we doing less, or what are your guys' thoughts?
Whatever floats your boat.
Let's do 5.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck, Derek. Go ahead.
Okay.
I usually pick
You
5.
off today, Chop?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Unless they call me in, which I'll go in because I'm a money whore and cat litter ain't cheap.
And Derek made a cardinal mistake and picked the slow option of the simulator.
I thought I picked normal.
Bum, 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 bum,
But you can see the
bum.
picks as they come. So.
That's true.
So we've got a draft day trade.
No
Anybody
trades.
want to go back to 31? Anybody want to go back to 24? See, this is one of those things that we.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it gives us
possibly going back to
56.
24.
It gives
And
us
it
their
gives
second
us-
rounder. It did this the
Yeah.
other day when I did one.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's just see what happens. I actually would be interested in this scenario.
Let's look real quick. Just kind of looking over here. We got.
I
Troy
mean, this one
Stefano,
here, I don't
Marius
mind.
Mims,
What, we're
JC
moving back 6
Latham.
spots?
Newton, Murphy, Powers,
Newton,
Johnson.
Murphy.
We're looking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6 players I wouldn't mind having on this team.
Fuck
We're
it.
moving
Yeah.
back 6
Let's
Do
do
the
it.
trade.
All right. So
We did a
let's go
trade,
ahead.
boys.
We're
We
fucking
did a
doing a
trade.
trade.
How many seconds?
Hey, look at that. Okay, so Johnny Newton's off the board, right? But we still
Damn
got fucking
Byron
Byron
Murphy. I
who
would use
is
the
a
heartbeat.
great second, in my opinion, second place trophy.
Okay, we're not going to do.
I mean, they literally gave us pick 24 in their second rounder for 149, which is what round?
Who did they get?
Yeah.
Scroll
Who
up
they
and
get?
see who they picked. The Cowboys.
Oh, that's not how you
I'll
do
be
it.
damned.
Yeah. Mine up.
Oh, here we go.
They ended up
Perfect
taking
time.
Stefano. Yep.
Good pick for them because they lost Tyron Smith
Right.
and they'd probably try him
Mhm.
at left tackle right off the rip.
Exactly.
Mims went to the Steelers, as we talked about. Newton to the Dolphins, so they lost the D tackle. That actually makes a shitload of sense for them.
Mm-hmm.
Shitload, boys.
And they just traded Reddick for the Eagles as Chop Robinson, so that makes sense too.
Yep. Go to
Yeah.
the tackles, Derek.
Michael
Reddick
Penix
didn't-
Jr. I
Reddick's-
love that
Reddick
pick.
did
By the
get
way.
traded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you didn't hear.
Yeah, he
Reddick
just got
got traded
traded.
to the Jets.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, we do have
It
my
just
guy
happened.
Tyler Guyton. Byron Murphy's an option as well. Jackson Powers Johnson, who a lot of Bengals fans are high on. I'm definitely high on him as well. Cornerback Nate Wiggins, Cooper DeJean, safety. I think we're all right at safety. We've got
Yeah,
This is an easy
abundance.
decision.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
very
Byron Murphy.
easy.
just take
Let's
Byron
all
Murphy
say it
and
at the
move
same
on.
time.
I mean, we
Ready?
did other tackles in this,
Ready?
and I said
One.
we could take Guyton, but
1, 2, 3. Tyler
Murphy.
Guyton.
Murphy.
She said fucking Guyton. Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
sticking
Derek.
with my dude, right? All right, so we're
God
taking Byron
damn.
Murphy here. Jackson Powers Johnson, couple picks later.
to the
We've
Bucks.
got-
And we're going again at 49 and 54.
Grant Barton
right?
going in the
Mateo
first round.
went in the first. There's Morgan.
Oh,
Guyton to
Guyton
the-
Goff there.
Yeah. So
Dale, what's your thought of that?
Oh,
That
Chops,
guard
what's
game.
going? What's going? Oh no!
Malachi Corley gone. A.D. Mitchell went later than expected. Trade.
Our
He's
first
there.
running back
Big
taken right
sweat.
there.
Big sweat. Sweat's
Yeah,
there.
oh yeah, Sweat. Come
Sweat.
on, these two guys
We
play
got
together
look,
anyway.
man.
No, we're still looking. I want my long.
Shut the fuck down, Greg!
Hey, listen, I'm also on the fucking Zach Frazier train at this pick.
Yes, I really like Zach.
Oh, Dale.
Dude,
no.
Teddy
let's
Karras is
start
getting
this
he's
year.
at the end of his contract, Greg. We got nobody. This guy is a fucking badass center, and he can kick out the guard. This would this goes on the whole thing of protect Joe.
I
I'm
know,
not
but I
saying,
want
look,
my. You
I would
wanted
like
Sweat
Sweat
too, Chop. What are you doing?
I
to that?
do.
All right, Derek.
But
Well,
this
we
is-
got an offensive tackle.
Well, all right, let's go ahead and look. And for anybody that doesn't see, this is the new Pro Football Network mock draft simulator. They got some pretty exciting things
Well, you
going on
can
right
do.
now.
Well, you can do. Like
Up to
with
9
football
different people
Yeah.
together. So you could
Yeah.
potentially have 9 teams drafted all together. So it's pretty cool. Patrick
we're
Paul, Roger Rosengarten, Kyran. I'm not even going to try. Blake Fisher, Delmar Glaze.
That sounds like a porn.
No, we
It
talked
does.
about Paul and we talked about Rosengarten.
No,
so-
Dale. That was
Like
another guy. I
Johnny
thought you were high on was Glaze.
We're picking again at 54 though.
Yeah,
And those guys, we're still going to have a good guy there at 54.
that's true. I forgot
I
about
feel
that.
like it's either
Tight
Sweat
end,
or
Jatavion Sanders is available still. Going to
that's
wide
also
receiver.
a difference maker right there, Sanders.
Ricky Pershaw, the Jalen Polk.
Ricky
I'm
Pearsall
not
is a
familiar
fucking
with this guy, Dale. You got something on the draft guide on him?
Dale.
Well,
Isn't Ricky Pearsall a
I don't
slot
feel like
receiver?
Pearsall's more of a slot. I think Polk can play outside.
Defensive tackle, we got our guy Rook.
Row, 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 row.
Yeah, Hall and
Hamburger.
Jenkins. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the man. There's some, and we already got Byron Murphy, but at the same point in time, talking about pairing the top 2 graded PFF players, we just said D tackles on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Getting Sweat and Murphy now, and I'm rolling the dice a little bit here because we did trade with the Cowboys to have another 2nd-round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Sweat makes it.
No.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
my thoughts as well.
But I think Patrick Paul, Roger Rosengarten, Blake Fisher,
And
that we can
Sanders.
get one of those guys. at
Yeah.
all these
Sanders
tackles.
is probably there too.
Well,
see who's
he's
coming up
he's,
here.
He's kind of fallen to the 3rd with his testing. His rat
Yeah.
score down to like almost a 5 or.
I don't think so, man. I think someone takes a flyer on him on that tape.
I'm just
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah.
So what we
Only
think?
because the only person above him is Brock Bowers. So you're talking about one tight end being taken in the first 3 rounds. Well,
Yeah,
if Sanders is in the 3rd round, but
maybe.
Yeah.
It's a
And
good
I'm
class
okay with
last
waiting
year.
on tight end. I think the pickup of Mike Gesicki was huge.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm cool with tight end. I don't even want to take a tight end.
We're Gesicki slurpers here.
that's
Yeah.
right. We love Gesicki.
Yeah.
I'm taking Sweat.
Gesicki on
Highest
this
on the
dude.
board
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
I
sorry.
agree.
Oh, thank you, Dale. Oh, thank you.
All right.
How to
Let's
make
go
Greg
with
sweat it out.
the man.
Dale, I'll come over and give you a big kiss sometime.
Matt Frazier might be there too. Look at
There he
sup,
goes.
she left.
Cooper Beebe, Ennis Rakestraw.
Oh, do we take 3?
So we
Fuck
got
off Chicago.
Rook Aruro.
Yeah, we're not taking a 3rd
Denise
deep tackle
Isaac.
first 3
I
picks.
mean, are we going to go first 3 picks with defense, or are we strictly looking offense now? What do you guys think?
We're
Patrick
looking
Paul.
at a tackle now.
Yeah.
It's
Patrick
Patrick
Paul's
Paul
here.
or Roger Rosengarten.
Yeah.
Let's go, Raj.
I personally like Roger Rosengarten better. Another thing I want you to show the people, though, Derek, you see
Yeah.
the little thing beside draft. You can bring
Yeah.
that up at scouting. It's a little brief scouting report of each player. So go by
Yep.
Patrick Paul.
The little clipboard. There you go.
The 2024 offensive tackle class is stacked with first-round caliber blockers, and Paul is firmly in the mix to be a top 100 pick. Paul has a long, powerful frame, 6'7", 307, that allows him to redirect rushers and comfortably handle stunts.
331.
Is he 331 now? Jesus.
Yeah, their own reports.
I see that up there. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
His
I'll be
best
damned.
attribute, though, is that his patience and pass protection. I mean, I like the guy.
So do I. In this
Yeah,
round.
Why not?
I think they would like him. And we traded down. We've already
Right.
taken.
And
we've
he's a
taken
team
Murphy,
captain.
And we have. It's like we don't have to bring him in and say you have to start right away. He can
Yeah.
compete at left guard, or he can be our swing tackle.
Exactly.
played
I'm
left tackle.
personally a fan of the guy getting the number 69 and going with Delmar Glaze. So that's my personal opinion.
Delmar Glaze at 16.
No. Glaze was another guy I read about that I liked a lot. And Dale, I read your draft. You seemed like you were high on him too.
Yeah, Dale loves, or not Dale, but I guess they both do. Dale and Greg both love the Glaze.
Yep.
I do.
Really?
Paul Painter, double P has to like the double P Patrick Paul.
Right.
Yep.
PP.
All right, so let's just look real quick. Tight end, there's still plenty of options there. I'm still a huge fan of Jared Wiley. You're not going to get me off of this guy. 6'7", guy's a monster.
Who?
Just go up and Jared Wiley.
Oh,
Just go up and freaking catch rebounds off the backboard like he's, I don't know, Dikembe Mateo. I was trying to think of a Charles Barkley. I was trying to do a NBA draft or NBA reference, but
You felt miserably.
yeah, it shows you. I love the basketballs.
Go back to NASCAR, Whitey.
right. Yeah. Left turn.
Yeah. So what are we going, Patrick Paul here, guys?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
I think he fits what.
Right.
That was a good trade we did in that first
That
round.
was a damn good trade.
We missed Johnny Newton. That's true. But we
Byron
got
Murphy.
the guy who is just right behind him who's really good. Plus he's playing the knock on Murphy is that that a lot of people said, well, he played next to Sweat, so that helped him out.
Hey.
Well, guess what?
Guess
Motherfucker,
what?
he's still playing next to Sweat.
Hell
Woo!
yeah. They said the knock on Chase was he had Joe Burrow thrown to him. Guess what? He's got Joe Burrow
thrown to him.
Nothing better than giving our offensive line a big old PP.
Yeah,
we still have 2 third-round picks. So you're talking 5 picks. 5 picks in the first 3 rounds.
And we secured.
That's how you get youth and talent in your building when you've got high contracts coming up in Chase, maybe Higgins, and in Burrow. Yeah. That's how you surround them with talent in the trenches in different places.
And the beauty of this is we're in the 3rd round and we secured our 2 biggest needs.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Look at the fucking Browns, though, man. They went and got Fisk to pair up with Merck.
Yeah, he ain't falling to the
scary.
3rd round. He ain't falling to the 3rd round.
I don't want the fucking Browns to get that kid because, man, that dude has got a fucking motor like he's on meth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He might have little fucking tiny T-Rex arms, but, man, he is fucking coming at you.
Yeah.
Man, I have not been a Ricky Pearsall guy.
No.
But he is sitting here in the 3rd round.
Dale, you're reading my hey, we are finishing each other's
sandwiches.
Yes, at this point, because Ricky Pearsall falling to the 3rd round, that's
where I have him. I think he's a 3rd round guy.
Yeah.
What do we got at corner? You know we're going to take a corner in this draft. Plus,
there's some running backs there. Rosengarten's there if we just want to say we're taking all.
Let's go with the Michigan guy. Let's keep that in Michigan defensive backs.
But if we're moving Dax, here's the thing, because I did this in a mock, and some people was like, I don't like the Sanders still pick, because it is. Dax is probably going to be a slot corner and the backup slot this year and probably the primary guy next year. So that's what Sanders still plays, the slot.
Yeah.
He's not an outside corner either. I think if we're taking an outside guy, it's not going to be him. So
yeah.
That's crazy. All still available too.
So speaking of Michigan guys, Dale, Junior Colson right there. I know it's a linebacker. We all know that they love their 3rd round linebackers, and just with we did end up re-signing
Davis Gaither.
That's what I'm saying. Is linebacker going to need in this draft now that we've re-signed him? And plus, you're not going to pay either one of our starters $8 million to fucking sit on the bench.
Right. Yeah, I don't see us needing a linebacker this high. He's big.
Which is more of a lesser need, though, safety or linebacker?
Linebacker. Question: you got Von Bell on a 1-year deal. You got Geno Stone on a 2-year deal. Safety has still got a question mark.
Yeah, but I could see Von Bell re-signing again next year.
Yes,
they only signed him for a 1-year deal because to keep Carolina paying for him.
Yep.
And if Tyson Anderson's ever going to do anything and make the team as a 5th safety, it's got to be this year. So,
I just feel like Dax, like you said earlier, he's out. He's not a safety. He's now a corner. I think that's what's going to happen this year.
Yep. No, I agree with that.
Crypt Keeper, I cannot believe you put that in the chat right now.
Yeah, it's true. Crypt knows you.
Yeah, knows us well.
But Michael Hall,
you love Michigan. You're a secret.
Would you guys triple? Michael Hall, would you triple down? Just load up on the D line. I wouldn't be against Michael Hall.
Not after signing Rankins and BJ Hill.
Hey, all right.
It's overkill.
There's not.
You can't put them all out there. We can't
have
all
room, you're right.
Talent-wise, he's jumping off the fucking screen, but.
Well, what about Cole Bishop here too, man? If we're talking safety, Cole Bishop's good.
But we're not. We're not talking safety. You're the only one talking safety.
Yeah.
The rest of us said we're good.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's what we need right here.
So although Cole Bishop, does he play more of the free safety or the strong?
Hell, I don't know. I think he could do either.
Yeah.
I think quick look at punter.
We got Jordan Battle for the future, so it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be a bad pick to get him in here.
To sit on the bench for at least 2
sit
years.
on the bench. Well, it's the 3rd round.
I'm going with Ricky Pearsall, however you say that. What do you guys think?
We need to at least running back. Shipley, Braylon Allen, Blake Corum. So if we're talking
probably
running back and we're 3rd round, I don't want a running back before 97, I don't think.
Yeah.
Though.
And Dale, your poll clearly states wide receiver over running back. Running back was the last of it. Wide receiver.
Wide receiver, Derek. Okay, there we go. Okay, I like Brendan Rice is a little underrated on there.
Oh,
Baker's
Jerry Rice's son.
pretty good. Cowing, I wouldn't take it. I love Malik Washington.
Yeah, no kidding.
Slot, like he would just eat in the slot.
Yeah,
Isn't he a little guy? He's a little feller, isn't he?
He's 5'8", but he plays bigger.
How's his explosiveness? Because I know that's one thing they were trying to get. They were trying to get more explosive in the slot, and that's why Tyler Boyd still hasn't re-signed yet.
Well, and Pearsall tested like an absolute freak.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about that, I mean, I don't know. Don't want another. Let's just take him. Let's take him. We'll take him because he's.
Still got Stover, Theo Johnson, Jared Wiley, Jaheim Bell, Eric Hall. Eric Hall is starting to make a move up some draft boards as well.
Yeah,
so we're going
injured a lot.
Older. So we're going to take Ricky Pearsall, and then we're going to get on the phones to possibly trade T. Higgins, right?
No.
Pittsburgh got Will Shipley.
No, we're going to let this guy compete in the slot against Charlie Jones. And if he's as good as we think he is, as a potential second-round talent for some people, he should beat out your fourth-round pick.
Yeah, we ain't helping out the Chiefs.
Yeah, fuck Kansas City.
Top guy available is Sandra Bullock's son, Kalen.
Yeah.
Oh, they're related?
That's my number 2 safety.
Yeah. You should definitely take my info to heart on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not true.
Yeah.
Let's see what safeties are there. I'm fucking around, just kidding.
You're on this hard on.
So
I do think that we could use another safety to bring up in a mid round, someone that could be a good starter in the future. Like I said, Geno Stone's only on a 2-year deal. But if he plays really good, we're not going to pay him to stay.
So, I like Estime, but I still would rather just take a Dale like that guy from
Ray Davis. He's older, but
no. Yeah, no, the running back from is that the South Dakota State.
So this is my guy, the bowling ball Marshawn Lloyd. I've been on him since the beginning. The guy is just a touchdown machine. I think you get him in the red zone and just let him plow through guys.
He's not a bowling ball though. He's not. He plays. He's 220, but he plays like he's fucking 190. He plays like a scat back almost. Like I like him, but
yeah.
He does not play like his size at all.
Okay, maybe I'm looking too much into the size then because you look like you said, Dale. You look at the size and you just automatically assume, well, this guy's just.
I was shocked when he was 220.
Yeah.
Shocked because watching him on tape, I'm like, oh, here's a little speedster, a little,
Mm-hmm.
And he just doesn't play that physical.
Do we take the offensive lineman out of Yale? I know he's isn't the Yale guy a bit of a project?
Yeah, I mean, we got Patrick Paul.
Okay, yeah. All right, I didn't know if you wanted to.
That's having these extra picks really opens this.
It does.
Get that trade back without. We got 2 D tackles, an offensive tackle, and a wide receiver so far. So you can go tight end, you can go running back, you can go damn near anything you want at this point. Edge, you could do a lot of things.
Yep. Only trade offers we have are Kansas City, and I don't think we're going to entertain that at all.
Take another edge here. What did that? Yeah.
Kansas City just got Braylon Allen 2 picks ahead, so I would have been interested in him there.
Yeah.
Now Estime I saw was still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Wright. Now I know we have Zach Moss. I know we have Chase Brown. But Jalen Wright, he's a damn good blocker. They have nothing on him coming soon.
Nothing on him right now.
Look at that Raz.
Yeah.
9.8. I mean,
Talk about an explosive guy.
Yeah, he's like 4.3 speed.
But don't we need the bruiser guy though, don't we?
Do we? That's the thing. Do we? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Zach Moss can do that too, can he?
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing about Zach too is he plays. It's funny because he plays a little higher pad level, but it seems like every time he gets hit, he just keeps marching forward, and he doesn't lose that balance. It's kind of weird watching him play.
Balance is the key thing I hear about Zach Moss.
Yeah,
and I play with when I put him on the Bengals of Madden. I even noticed that in Madden. Man, this guy doesn't get tackled or anything. This guy keeps.
Oh, you're fine. Sorry for my behavior.
You're right.
You're fine. Bring Sandra to Cincy.
Yes, I'll take her. Here you go, Robert.
Her and who's the other one?
Look at the fullbacks. Let's see what we got at a fullback.
No, shut up.
Hey, what tight end would be good at fullback?
Yeah, let's look at
I wanted to look at tight end.
Yeah. Oh,
I
we
mean,
still
and
got
also, which one do you think Dale could also play fullback? Because that is very interesting to bring in a tight end.
Drew
that could
Sample,
also-
he's already here.
Yep, he's already here. We-
Okay.
Theo Johnson, I'm very intrigued by. I like
He's
Theo
got a
Johnson.
3-year deal. He's got a 3-year
Yeah, that's
fucking
right.
contract.
No. Do we want to make Tyler happy and take Cade Stover?
I think this is too high on Cade.
Tyler would get a boner so hard we could hear it on here.
I think this is about where I have him graded out. It's like right here around this pick. I don't think it's awful. He is 24.
Yeah.
But he makes contested catches. He
Mhm.
tries hard as a blocker. I think he still a lot of work he needs to do as a blocker. But it's
Yeah.
a guy who had moved, defensive end,
Moved
is he a
to
linebacker?
linebacker,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's moved all around in Ohio State. But played
And
a
I
couple
just-
years. I'm not opposed to him.
I'm not opposed to him either. I love the guy.
What's
Watching
at
him. I
corner?
mean, I'm an Ohio
What's at
State
corner
guy.
now?
Let's take a look at corner. Yeah.
But my thoughts are, I feel like the Bengals would probably have him maybe around later. Like I said when we were talking to the Goodberry
Right.
brothers.
I see
So-
two guys here that are underrated on this board, and they're both long outside corners: Kyrie Jackson and Cam Hart.
Mm-hmm. I'm all for Kyrie Jackson. I really like his.
So we just took a weapon at wide receiver and an offensive tackle back to back after 2 D tackles.
Yeah.
So to me, give me the long. Kyrie Jackson's like 6'4".
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got him. I've got him
He
as a
does have
second round
his-
guy.
6'3",
Wow.
194.
what do you think
Raspberry
it does? Like
7.8.
that Trey Flowers role?
I mean,
I think
I mean, 'cause he's
that's
so
right
tall.
now, though.
at minimum he does the Trey
Yeah.
Flowers role, but I think
Yeah.
he could be even more.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big Kyrie Jackson fan.
Yeah.
I would take him, and I think we can get our tight end or running back because we haven't taken either yet.
Yeah.
I think we can get that. We got 2 more picks. Well, we might not have a pick in the 5th. We got 1 more pick in the 4th round.
Oh, well, Derek, I
There
was going to
goes
have you
Cade
pull up
Stover.
Wiley's little sidebar.
No, Wiley. No. Dale, you got me into Wiley from TCU. He's very intriguing also.
You like TCU
Blake
because
Fisher
Andy
finally
Dalton
off the
looked great.
board. I think that's kind of late for him.
Oh, that's super. It's
Yeah.
pretty late.
See if Wiley's still on there so we can look at what the sidebar
Yeah.
says.
Cade
for,
Stover was
Rodman.
the only tight end taken.
All right,
So
go look
Kyrie
at
Jackson, just to give a little bit of what I had since they didn't have anything: height, length, press man skill set, so you can get up and get it on a guy on an island, 1-on-1. Reliable tackler, float athlete, the 8.54 RAS, good ball skills, and he had a pretty good Senior Bowl week. Now he's a little bit thin. That 194 at that height is a little thin, but nothing too crazy. Corners can usually get away with that a little bit more, and he can get a little grabby. He was suspended in 2022 at Alabama, so he's a transfer from Alabama. Not sure what he got suspended for, what he did. I have not been able to find any report about that. But as long as you feel comfortable with that, I think the player's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get used right, and I'm all for this.
I mean, he had 3 interceptions, 2 sacks this year, so you can use him in multiple ways. So I like that Kyrie Jackson pick.
Yeah.
And then for Robert, here's the information on Jared Wiley. Says he's one of the best pass catchers in the country. 6'7" tight end, unusual coordination and speed for his size. Excels
Yes.
on curl routes against zones. He's comfortable settling in between defenders, preparing for contact. Although he wasn't often featured as a primary read, except on play fakes and trick plays that are designed to get him wide open. Wiley has solid potential to be more consistent contributor in the passing game, which sounds like us. The more solidified part of Wiley's game is as a blocker. Boom. Sounds good.
Let's do
He'll
this.
lose some
I
reps
know.
due to his high pad level, but this activity level, length, aggression, and quickness are major assets. It's not as a question of whether he's going to be a good blocker or not, but how good he'll become over time.
Yeah.
Dude.
And in a perfect
Whoa.
situation for the Bengals, because he's not going to have to be
Ex-
that starting tight end that a lot of these places that he would potentially get drafted at.
Exactly.
Well, now that we know what this website says, I want to turn to my expert, Dale. Go ahead
All right.
on Jared Wiley.
I mean, when I watched him, one thing they talked about was the speed. The size, obviously, because they got 6'7", So the 6'6", 6'7", usually if they're like half, I go ahead and give that the round up.
Yeah. Round them up.
Yeah.
But I do think he's a very solid blocker. He did a lot of blocking. And one thing that doesn't get talked about, and I feel the same way about Ben Sinnott, who stranger asked, is he gone? Yes. I feel like he went pretty early here.
Yeah, he was
But
second round.
he hasn't been on the board in a while.
Yeah.
But neither of them had very good quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
TCU, who was the guy last year that came out of TCU? He's basically like a runner. Remember? You guys know who I'm talking about? Like, because they were a decent team, but the dude really wasn't known for throwing the ball. And this year was similar. They didn't have some kind of fantastic guy throwing the ball. So he hasn't really played. I think the pass catching upside and ability is so much higher with that 6'7". The athleticism, the RAS is like 9.71 or whatever it said. Something crazy. So, I mean, being 6'6", 249, so that's great size. His hands are reliable, high football IQ, good straight line speed.
Yeah, I agree,
Decent
Travis.
inline blocking effort, 9.7 RAS. He's still, without great quarterback play, had 520 yards this year and 8 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns. Yeah. For a tight end with subpar quarterback play. His ceiling is huge. He does not get talked about near enough. Derek, I know we've both been on this guy for a good month or two, a couple months, honestly. Since we started talking draft, we've talked about this guy.
Well, Dale, I would have put him in my Yoshi players, but you kind of told me about him first, so I didn't want to do that. I had to look for players myself, but I really wanted to add him in my Yoshi players because you got me sold on him indefinitely.
Why don't you guys oil up and wrestle over it?
Greg, I don't care if you put him in there.
Yeah.
We all
just want to make sure.
You guys are part of this show. You're part of this show.
Okay. Well,
hey, my draft tag.
Hey, Tip from Illinois.
Even though you pay for him, like everyone else, to be fair.
Hey, Tip from Illinois. I'm sorry, buddy. I got to do this. You're out. Wiley, you're in.
So
there you go.
Theo Johnson, is intriguing. I could see him.
I liked him too.
Second round because of the traits, Penn State tight ends. But I don't love him. Not a lot of production. Not great quarterback play at Penn State either. That's why I think he's got a high ceiling. Yeah. But no one ever takes Wiley. Everyone takes Johnson. We're taking Wiley.
We're taking Wiley.
I've been taking Johnson too, but I forgot about Wiley.
Put him on the board.
Hey, we didn't take Wiley out of UC last year, and we had to learn from that. So yes,
Greg's going to need Greg. I'll have to get you a Wiley candle now.
I know. We have another shot here at a Wiley tight end. Let's not blow it this time.
Yeah, right. I was just going to say, like, we tried to get Trent Brown. We didn't get him. We got him this year. We were all thinking Wiley last year in a late round, and
we didn't get Mike Gesicki last year. We got him,
and then he caught a fucking touchdown against us. And
that was a cheap shot.
I don't think we have another pick because we traded it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With the Cowboys,
why are we not picking?
We moved back 6 spots and got a second rounder, and we gave up a fifth. Right. I'm fine with that.
I am cool, dude. I would go to bed happy as hell over
So here's our 5-round mock draft. We didn't do a full 7 here. Byron Murphy, D tackle. We moved back, was able to still get Byron Murphy 6 spots back, and picked up another second rounder. Then in the second, hey, there's Tamondre Sweat from Texas as well. All the Texas Roadhouses. Greg and Chop are going on their tour.
Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn, doesn't matter.
We're going to all of them.
I'll go to Outback. I don't give a shit.
Has anybody watched that new Roadhouse movie yet?
Yeah,
I heard no. We
trash.
talked about that the other day.
Horrible.
They said it was trash. I asked. And then we got Patrick Paul. So I feel better about taking him with a second round pick instead of just having one.
Right.
Because we don't need him to jump in and do anything immediately. Hey, compete against Folsom. You're 6'7", 330. Next year, you're competing to be the right tackle.
Yeah.
And he's played left tackle. So if there's an injury, he can play both. Ricky Pearsall was there in the third from Florida. So we're saying, hey, you're competing. You're probably the slot wide receiver. Now we know Gesicki's going to get some stuff from the slot, and that's fine. But so did Tanner Hudson, and Tyler Boyd still played. There's still room to get all these guys on the field. We're a passing team. Tyree Jackson, 6'3", long as hell. Had a great season. 2 sacks, 3 interceptions out of Oregon. Transfer from Alabama. So we got a long corner to compete. We need depth at that spot. Still expect a free agent signing from there. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and take this guy.
Right.
Then we just spent a lengthy amount of time talking about Jared Wiley from TCU. 6'6", 249, good blocker, good speed, 9.7 RAS. What's not to like?
Right.
Joe Burrow, you got another weapon. And he gets to learn his blocking from Drew Sample and his pass catching ability from Gesicki and Hudson for this season. And then maybe take over and be a stud next season.
Exactly. And can I just say with that draft right there, we are flipping. Look at them. Dad.
Hey, Chop.
That's right.
Damn,
Been
Chop.
working out, man. I haven't been eating my Wheaties, but I got some fucking Cookie Crisp.
Cool.
Chop's got the fucking guns, boys.
Yeah.
Do it again, Chop.
Uh,
Do it a couple more times while I'm off screen. It might get hard. Oh, yeah, you're pushing it up.
yeah.
Stop pushing it up.
Hey.
Oh yeah, buddy.
I thought it was natural. I was like,
Watch this,
God damn, Chop.
Woo, 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 woo. What's up now?
I shouldn't have made you do it on there. We could have just lived with that mystery that
Yeah, right.
that you were slowly turning into fucking Hulk Hogan.
Right. Yeah. I've been eating protein. Protein.
And ass.
Yeah. So everybody in the
There's
chat,
protein
give
in
us a
ass.
grade. What do you think of the draft so far?
Wade's
We got
in it.
Wade here saying
All
A++++.
Oh, yeah, Wade. Oh, Chop, we're staking that night.
Kelly's saying he thinks that would be a great draft.
Absolutely.
Darth Bengal says he'll take it.
Oh, come on, Darth. God, Darth's starting to please.
I know. Darth's like, well, I'll take it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Industry says Wile E. Coyote. I do like that.
that's
Hell
a good
yeah.
one. That's right.
T-shirt.
Gotta get t-shirts.
Tyler Bowles
ideas ready.
A. Matt Walker going with an A. I love it.
I think we should do that, Chop. Like, just spend half of an episode after the draft just talking about T-shirt ideas with the new players.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, Chop, man. Oh, my God.
And then of course the man that's impossible to please, Tyler Bowles.
Right. You can please him. You just have to jerk him off
have
and
to
get
And
caged
all
up.
Ohio State draft.
It's over.
You can you can try to please him in the parking lot at Midwest Best Barbecue when we do our draft day. I mean our project game day.
Yeah.
Greg, we
So
would have
good.
had 4 picks on that day. 4 picks. Would you have
Golly.
went streaking and let us record it?
Dude, I would have heavily considered.
That's a yes.
If the
I
draft
tell
falls
you what,
exactly, if the
I
first
would have let
5
you
rounds,
I would have let you put a brand on me if we did that. We got both.
You heard it here first. Bengals and Brews. We're getting a branding iron.
that's it.
I would have considered it.
B and
So he
B.
won't get a tattoo, but we can brand him.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. Look at that. Look at
Oh.
that right there. We got the
There's the
Cincy.
subtle flex
There
right
it is.
Fucking
We're
Ted
Cincy
Karras
twins,
paid
right?
for my tattoo, Derek. What the fuck, man? Boom. Bought and paid for by Teddy K.
Appreciate
I
you,
think I
Robert.
might. Yeah.
Uh-oh. There we go.
No, dude, I'm done. I danced earlier this week. I'm done for the week. I am very wiped out from work today.
There is a new Footloose movie coming out.
Maybe a
as well.
slow dance, Greg.
Maybe we'll get.
I ain't doing any of that stuff.
You could do a slow
I don't
dance.
see
Footloose.
nothing wrong
Nothing
with a
wrong
little bump and grind.
with a little bump and grind.
Come on.
Dude,
Maybe
no,
some people go back to Kiss.
I was operating
Yeah,
a wood
I hear
chipper
you
at work today.
calling.
I was tired. I'm sorry, guys.
But I can't come home tonight.
You know how
what can I do?
Me and the boys are playing.
But we
all
just can't
night.
find the sound.
That's right.
It's
Greg,
a
get up. You
little-
can be dancing while it's going on and make the people happy. It's Friday.
No,
Come on, Greg. That,
It's Friday.
Back again.
Yay.
Got
Sorry,
my
guys. I
motor
already
running
danced.
for a wild weekend.
come on, Greg.
When I worked at EBN, Jay Gilbert used to always put together that Friday thing.
Always put it.
Put a
It's
little Midwest on there.
Friday.
Put a little Midwest on that.
The camera went off, man. I'm
here
expecting
it
really
comes.
good things
Dang it, my
when it
dog
comes
barking.
back. Oh, hold on. What the fuck? Here we go. Welcome to the show.
Tyler's also going to dance. And Crip says it's Friday.
Oh, they're doing what you call it dances. Sympathy dance. Sympathy dancing. Here we go. I'm ready.
Oh, is your body ready?
Yeah, look. Got fuck.
Man, look at that. Oh, jeez. The Rock ain't got shit on you, man.
For a $5 donation to Project Game Day, I will send you my diet plan. Send it to the Venmo, and I will be your personal trainer. Help you out.
And I haven't
Also,
missed it yet.
swing by Kroger and buy yourself a box of Cookie Crisp because that's where we're going to start.
That's the start of the diet plan.
That's the start of the diet plan. Get a box of Cookie Crisp. Also, might want to pick one of these up so you don't have to run back to the store the next day. Some Fruity Pebbles.
Or later that night.
Although I'll tell you, it's healthy because I use almond milk. All right, that's the key here.
Got a little nut milk action.
Almond milk.
Well, fruit was in the title.
And it's fruit. You're using, first of all, it's almond milk with fruit. That shit's healthy as fuck.
I mean,
with a meal like that, you don't even need exercise.
You'll get this is ripped.
You see my recliner back there? Get yourself a recliner, a box of Fruity Pebbles, box of Cookie Crisp, some Keebler cookies, Chips Ahoy. Get some Chips Ahoy. I like the crunch.
I'm starting to wonder if Greg, is getting his war paint on.
You all right, Greg?
He might have went back to his parents' house again. Picking up sticks.
Okay.
You got to hide that
Hey,
big
Dale.
table.
Hey, Dale.
I am.
Dale, it's funny you say that. He really
Oh,
right.
Dale.
I caught it. I had no idea.
This is what I'm talking
I
about.
know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I had to beg and please for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't you proud to beg? Yes, you know it. Please don't leave me, girl.
Oh.
Angels, please, baby, please don't leave me down. Leave me. Now I've heard a cry, man. It's half a man with no sense of pride. But if I had to cry to keep you, I don't mind weeping. If I keep you by my side, ain't you proud to brag?
Is that music or a poem?
Please, Dale, don't leave me down.
Don't leave him down.
Baby, please don't leave me, chap.
I won't go.
Hey, Derek, if I had to sleep on your doorstep all night and day, just to keep you
Don't call the
walking
cops.
away,
Gated
let
community.
your
Greg.
friends laugh. Even this I can
I'll
stand.
leave you a
Because
pass.
I want you, Derek, keep me any way I can. Ain't you
Want you.
about to brag?
He wants you so bad.
Please don't leave me, Derek.
He's bigger than you too. You get manhandled.
I don't
You're
know.
definitely
The war paint's got me a little worried, though.
Oh man,
Okay.
it's mayonnaise. He ran
No,
out
it
of
was
shaving
so
cream.
funny.
That's
Dale
mayonnaise.
said, I'm like, God damn it, Dale will ruin the surprise.
Damn it, Dale.
Thanks a lot, Dale. Luckily, this wasn't Edge this time. This time it was Gillette, so it's different war paint.
Wait, it looks like Hellman's. I thought you ran out of
Another
shaving
beer.
cream.
Dale, I was going to come at you with the surprise. He's like, Greg's got the war paint. I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah,
No, I
but then the
said
camera
you were
turned on
putting
right
on war
after that.
I didn't know. You were gone a while, so I figured you were lathering it up.
Okay, my face is burning.
Put the shaving cream on the skin.
Hey, look, Industry says this is how you land Taylor Swift, Greg. She'll be over at your pad.
Yep.
Her and
That's true.
fucking Travis got back from vacation. She's probably on her way to, well, not Madeira because you said you don't live there.
I did hear Travis was not too happy because of his dad bod. I said, if that's a dad bod, then Jesus.
Me and Chop,
Fucking,
we'd love to have a dad bod.
I would love to have a dad bod. Yeah.
I'd love
That
to
would
be
be
able to
nice.
see my penis.
For those of you who don't know what I was singing, that was Ain't You Proud to Brag by the Temptations.
Yeah, I had no idea what that song was.
I've never heard of that song before.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
No, we are definitely not sure it's Mayo. The last time we put on the war paint,
No, it was a different type of shaving cream this time. I found out Gillette's more cheaper than Edge.
see.
Appreciate it, Crypt.
Yeah, and Matt. Matt said he needed that cheering up.
See what you did, Greg?
You
Cheered him up.
made people happy. Like Suicide Hotline will get at least 5 less calls this evening because of people watching.
Well, funny thing is, I actually did have to
Greg.
shave right before the show, and so
Also, this Friday dancing keeps a lot of people from doing suicide.
yeah,
They look forward to
there you
every
go.
Friday.
There
They
you
see
go.
this Friday, and they're thinking, I got to wait till Friday to see that dance. I can't kill myself yet. And then they see it, and then they know that another one's coming up.
Yeah, no, it just shows also that I'm a sucker for peer pressure to doing
saving lives, Greg. Saving fucking lives.
I feel like if we have a semi-decent draft on day 2, we're going to be recording.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of a bunch of
If
people.
Corey Dillon says, "Come on, Big Savage,"
no, I don't want to. No, I don't want Corey to hate me, man. I really don't want to do that.
What? Yeah. So if he says, "Come on, Big Savage, get your fucking ass out there and run,"
all right. If Corey tells
how would Corey know to say that?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Get the fucking eyes right.
Oh, it's been the plan the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to find new war paint is what I need to do.
Not. You might want us to help you out with that. You got to make sure you pick your colors careful.
No, I'm going to do. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be one. No.
Run it past us, not on the air.
No.
Let us, get a vote.
No. I no.
Oh, this is Greg's favorite.
Yeah.
I got some cupcakes. I do have some cupcakes in the car. I have some cupcakes in the car, so yeah.
It's Easter. Maybe you can get some of that yellow pastel icing.
Yeah.
Well, in Midwest, they have ice cream. We could just,
There you go.
Get ice cream and smear it all over.
I do have strawberry chocolate chip ice cream. That would work. You could, yeah.
Yeah. And it's tasty if it drips down into your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, my mom does make an Easter bunny cake every year. I'll just dip my head in that bunny like crazy.
You're gonna dip your head into your mom's bunny.
I'm going down the rabbit hole, buddy. I'm going right down that rabbit hole.
Greg's gonna dip his head in his mom's bunny.
Bunny tail.
Bunny tail. Oh.
I'm gonna give it a good old rabbit hole.
I'm just checking, but is Madeira
the 1 hour 30 minute mark is the cutoff. That is the cutoff. We figured it out.
That's right.
We got to end it before 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It gets too crazy after that. Appreciate y'all. We will end this one. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're probably just doing Monday and Friday next week, unless Greg wants to do something crazy. But it was a good show. It was fun. Had a good time.
I enjoyed it, fellas.
Very
informative.
And I enjoyed everybody in the chat.
That's what
You
we're
guys
here
are
for.
awesome. The chat always
Chat
makes
was
the show.
fantastic.
Yes, it does.
Marshmallow fluff, Greg.
We are only
that's
here
a good
to
option.
provide information and information only. That is what our podcast is all about.
Oh, you weren't serious, right?
No, I couldn't finish that sentence. It was
Yeah.
I lost it.
Cheers. Happy Friday to everybody. We love y'all. Hooday.
Hooday!